Hey YouTube, it's Ember, HoneyRaven, the Big Fat Witch. Today I want to show you how to make another wet incense. This is the citrus and sage. I'm going to turn my phone off because people are texting me. This is kind of a complement to the Samhain incense that I showed you guys. I think it's been a week or two ago. But this one is based on one of my very favorite Yankee Candles in the whole wide world, which is also called Citrus and Sage. And it's just a little blend that I came up with myself. I will caveat this by saying, this is the way that I do it. You do not have to do it this way. There's no correct way to make an incense. It's just, you know, whatever you want, basically. So, grab your baby crock pot, otherwise known as your baby cauldron, and let's get cooking. I'm going to go ahead and aim this down so you can see everything that we have. Okay. So I have all the ingredients here, and here is our baby crock pot. I'll go ahead and make room for it. This one is going to be made very similarly to how we made our other one. We're going to have moon water as a base. Let me see if I can get a better light down here. Is that any better? Okay. So here's our baby crock pot. I want to add my dry ingredients first. I'm going to go ahead and get the lid off of my moon water because, yeah, this thing takes forever. So, the big part of our sage, and this is white ceremonial sage. I keep a lot of this. I got this from Mountain Rose Herbs. You can use any sage you want. I love the aroma of this one. I tend to break it up a little bit. You're just going to get a few pieces and, you know, break some of it up. This can be however much or however little sage you want. And I think that looks pretty good. You don't want to get so many, I just love the way this stuff smells. You don't want to get so many dry ingredients that your water and your oil doesn't have room to kind of move around in here. Your next green ingredient in this is going to be loose rosemary. If you have fresh rosemary, great, use it. If you have, this is just some that I had that's loose. You know, if you have, whatever kind of rosemary you have is great. So I use this to kind of help make, oh, my little plastic thing almost came off. I use this to kind of help, the base of the sage has got a very high sweet smell to it. And I like the rosemary to bring that note down a little bit. And, you know, and yes, this is rosemary that I do not use for ingesting. So that's why I'm not wearing gloves and putting my hands in it. But I just put a little rosemary in there. You don't need much, maybe a tablespoon or two. This is probably about a tablespoon, you know. And you guys all know the magical properties of rosemary and sage. I won't go over that, but I will say that this incense ends up being really, really good for space clearing. Your next component is onto the citrus. I am going to add some orange. These are dehydrated oranges that I did myself in my dehydrator. I make these ever so often. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 of the orange. And then these are lemons. And yes, my lemons came out, the middle of them came out really dark. They still smell fantastic. And I think there is a way to keep dehydrated lemons from turning dark like this, but I don't really care. I'm going to put, you know, probably 5 of these in there. Again, it's, you know, however many you want. Okay, so that is it for our dry ingredients. And with this being a citrus and sage, you can burn your incense just like this. It will give off a mild smell that will, you know, bring your, it will probably do a room. I like my incense really, really strong, especially wet. I'm going to go ahead and add my moon water. I told you in the last video, this is moon water that I have charged through a couple of moon cycles. I have several bottles of this, but I tend to like to use moon water and things like this that I'm using for space clearing or for protection or what have you. And I'm filling this, you know, pretty close to the top. Okay, so this is where we punch it up, if I can get this lid back on. These bottles, you guys, I got these at either, I think it was Michael's a long time ago. They were on sale, and they are just the best. I love them. They're great. So now what I'm going to do to punch this up, This smells fine the way it is, but I like it to be really, really, you know, really, really fragrant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of drops of rosemary essential oil. If you have fragrance oil and you do not have essential oil, that is fine. I just want a drop or two. And you know, because I am an ill-prepared person, I am going to go ahead and take the lid off now. Rosemary oil, when it's essential, is very strong, so you don't need but a drop or two. You know, this is not something you want to just slather. I now have an orange essential oil. Again, you do not need a lot of it because essential oils are very, very strong. I'm going to add, you know, 3 drops or so of that. I now have a lemon, or you can use lemongrass. It's, you know, it's your preference. I'm going to give a couple of drops of lemon just to kind of give it a beautiful fragrance. Now, oh, that smells beautiful. I have some fragrance oils that I have gotten from different places, and I happen to have this vanilla orange. And when I smelled of it, it did not have a very heavy... The orange on it is not very heavy. It's beautiful. It's nice. But it's got a slight vanilla to it. And I think I'm going to add just a drop or two of that. Just to kind of help mellow the acidity of the sage and the rosemary out. And so basically, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And let this be, you know, let this be my citrus and sage incense. Again, you guys, this smells amazing. You can add pieces of lemongrass. You can add fresh orange peel, fresh lemon peel, fresh rosemary. You can even go out and pick fresh sage. You can add sage oil. And to answer someone's question, yes, you can use powdered ingredients. Absolutely. It is really about your intent. It's really about... you know, with powdered ingredients, the scent actually tends to give off a lot quicker. You know, these you have to warm these for a little while before they start producing scent. Powdered, they're already, you know, the water can get into them easier, so they start making scent right away. You can use a piece of vanilla bean down in this if you want to give it a more of a vanilla base. I have also used, what is that? What is that I put in that last time that I loved so much? I've put things like cedar berries and things like that, but there was something... Oh, I actually put a piece of ceremonial tobacco in this. You know, you wouldn't want a lot because it does give a heavy, but it gave a really nice kind of woodsy. Yes, you can put cedar, you can put wood chips, you can put tiger eye, different crystals. There are lots of things you can put in this wet incense. But anyway... This is my cedar and sage, or excuse me, citrus and sage, and cedar and sage would be nice too, actually. This is my citrus and sage. I'm going to put this one on, and it smells absolutely delicious. I'm kind of wafting this, but I just wanted to show you. I don't know if I can bring this. Yeah, I just wanted to show you. You're seeing a lot of the citrus right now, but I wish you had smell-o-vision because it smells amazing. So anyway, that's all I have for now. If you guys do a wet incense, please let me know how it turned out for you. If you did anything different, let me know. I'm always, you know, I love incense. I'm always down to hearing what people are doing. So anyway, that's all I have for today, and I'll be back later. I have another incense that I'll be showing on another day, but yeah. So anyway, hope you guys have a fabulous day, and that's all for now. Until next time, blessed be.